Right, Mumbai Indians winning and winning convincingly. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, since they've been chasing, since IPL 2020 pretty much, they haven't lost a game. They haven't chased in this year's competition. They did it for the first time today, and boy, was it a change of fortunes. We'll dissect it further with Saba Karim right here, right now. Criclytics Man vs. Machine. Yes, you're watching Man vs. Machine, you heard that right. And we have Saba Karim joining us, who of course has got away with another win in terms of all his predictions. We'll tell you all of that much more, but first we have to pick the bones out of Mumbai's win. Saba, you called it before the game. You thought the venue will suit their batsmen better. It certainly did.
Yes, it did, and this is a much-needed win for Mumbai. A change of venue will really help them. Although the Kotla wicket offers low bounce, but if you are willing to spend some time with the wicket, and that's the only way you can adapt to these conditions at the Kotla, and then you can put some runs on board, and that's what Chepauk did. But this win holds a lot of importance for Mumbai Indians. It's good to see the champion side getting back to winning ways.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we take a look at the scorecard, it goes to show that Rajasthan scored 171. Now, can you believe it, Saba? The last two games have also seen the team score 171. That was DC versus RCB and CSK versus SRH. There's something going on with that number. But they could have got more. Butler said they were eyeing 185, 190. It comes back to the question of Shivam Dube at 4. Could they have sent David Miller at 4 instead?
Yes, absolutely, Avnish. 170, not enough runs on board. They should have got at least 185, 190. Then they may have put Mumbai Indians' strong batting lineup under some kind of pressure. And I really see no reason why they couldn't push David Miller at number 4 instead of Shivam Dube. Shivam Dube got 30 odd at runner ball, and what was needed was about 140, 150 kind of a strike rate, and that is something which David Miller could have provided them. They in any case got off to a sedate start with Josh Butler and Yashasvi Jaiswal taking some time, but then they were able to build some kind of momentum in the middle overs. And after that, to finish off on a good note, they needed someone like David Miller to put up an aggressive innings. And that couldn't happen because number one was Mumbai Indians bowling in the death overs, Avnish. One possibly cannot take that away from them. Especially Jasprit Bumrah was fantastic.
Yeah, Jasprit Bumrah, we always expect that from him, but even Trent Bolt has been coming to the party and taking a lot of wickets in the death overs. We saw that brilliant Yorker to dismiss Sanju Samson. Let's move on to the Criclytics predictions then, because we can talk about the match and intersperse it with your predictions. Batsman wise, Criclytics went here for Surya Kumar Yadav. Didn't really shine. You went for Rohit Sharma. Wasn't the ideal choice, but ultimately many people wouldn't have called this. It was Yashasvi Jaiswal who gave Butler that start like you mentioned. Do you think that's a healthy sign going forward for RR Saba?
Yes, it is. You need to give confidence to a youngster like Yashasvi Jaiswal. He's hugely talented. I have seen him play at the under-19 level, even for Mumbai. He has done some. He's got some credible scores behind him. And I was very surprised at the beginning of the season they opted for Manan Vora. Manan Vora has been around for a number of years. I don't remember him coming up with any substantial scores for any of the IPL teams. So it would have made sense to offer that kind of support to Yashasvi Jaiswal right at the beginning. However, now since they have got him in the 11, it's good to see him putting up some valuable scores for his side.
Yeah, and it all goes well for them, of course, with the left and right hand combination up top. Let's, of course, now tell you about the bowler prediction. This is where it went 1-1, in fact, because Criclytics and you resonated with the same smart pick, like you mentioned before the match. It was Rahul Chahar, and he will always come to the play here, given the fact that there's something for spinners.
Yes, on a track like this, you need to have wicket-taking spinners in your squad. And that is why, again, I was very surprised with the combination Rajasthan Royals went in with. They have basically an all-pace bowling attack. They have a batting all-rounder like Rahul Tewatia who bowls those leg spinners, but not very effective at all. And on a track like Kotla, which offers very little bounce, you need to have one specialist spinner in your squad. You possibly can't go in with two batting all-rounders. One is Rayan Parag and the other one is Rahul Tewatia. And they do have some exciting spinners in their ranks. They have Mayank Markande, another good leg spinner. They have Cariappa, who's kind of a mystery bowler. So I felt that they were very strong in their pace bowling attack, but they missed out on picking a specialist spinner in the 11, and that would have helped them with some more wicket-taking options.
Yeah, good thoughts though, Saba, because at the end of the day, Rajasthan Royals in the last 2 to 3 years at least have been relying on Shreyas Gopal. That man hasn't, of course, worked for them. So maybe in the coming matches, we could see those spinners come to the fore. Let's talk about the all-rounders then, because it was 1-1 at this stage. It went 2-2 because you called rightly, and so did Criclytics. Chris Morris. There were quite a few to choose from with Krunal Pandya and what he did with the bat in hand. Not to forget Shivam Dubey as well. But Chris Morris, 2 important wickets, and he's yet again showing why he's such a priceless source in the IPL.
In the absence of Jofra Archer, Avnish, I think he has stepped up, and that is wonderful to watch. So along with Chris Morris, even the other left-arm seamers, Mustafizur and Chetan Sakaria, Jaydev Unadkat also to some extent, they have come in very handy. So Chris Morris has to play a leading role in the pace bowling section, and he has done that with aplomb. We saw his batting exploits also in one of the game in which he proved to be a match winner. So yeah, I mean, it's been a wonderful pick for Rajasthan Royals. I just feel that they need to utilize his batting potential more now, Rajasthan Royals, because now it is a crunch time. So then they need the right resources and get the best out of whatever available players they have in their 11.
Yeah, because it comes back to that question, if they shuffle their batting order this time around, they could have got 190 with Miller and Morris to have more balls to face, but that's for another day. Here where it was, of course, decided. Now, Quinton de Kock, you didn't go for him, and Criclytics also didn't go for him, believe it or not. Josh Butler was one side, Sanju Samson was the other side. They got amongst the runs, but Quinton de Kock's back in form, and that is something to savor if you're a Mumbai fan.
Yes, I think at least we discussed this in the preview game also, Avnish. It was good to see that Mumbai Indians went ahead with de Kock, and a predictable performance from him, sensible batting. He took his time because he realized that the Kotla track does not have too much of pace, and it is slow off the surface. It has low bounce, so you need to spend some time with the wicket. What really was wonderful to watch is that he ensured that he stayed right till the end, and register a victory for Mumbai Indians. I think that's the hallmark of a mature player. That's the hallmark of the kind of responsibility you assume when you are one of the overseas professional in the side. So yes, I think it is a welcome return of form for de Kock.
Yeah, and the fact that he's going to be doing what he's doing, which is predominantly score runs for the top of the order for them. You'll be happy that it's no more Chepauk and it's Delhi and more batting friendly surfaces as they go along. Finally, match result, and this is where it tilted in your favour. You went and played safe and you got the win in the end in Mumbai. Criclytics went with, of course, Rajasthan and was hoping to have some sort of upset on the cards. Wasn't to be. Where do Mumbai stand right now? I know they get some breathing space in terms of that middle pack with KKR. There's, I think, not SRH and Punjab, but there's, of course, the other teams in the mix. Do you think Mumbai can now go on with the fact that they've got some confidence out of tonight's game?
I still believe that Mumbai Indians can get back into the fray, Avnish. And I say this because today's game was very important for them, and they took some very bold decisions. They dropped Ishan Kishan. They played an extra seamer. And on top of that, they backed such kind of an instinct with promoting Krunal Pandya up the order. And all this proved very handy for Mumbai Indians. These are the kind of moves which one expects from Mumbai Indians. So they're quite belligerent in the kind of stand they take. And that is why one will always have confidence in Mumbai Indians to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely key for them going forward, for them to really think about which 11 suits the conditions the most. They chopped and changed today with Ishan Kishan, Nathan Kutanal. It worked wonders for them. But of course, can they move on and make something out of this tournament? You wouldn't really put it past them. But of course, we've seen stranger things as well. Thank you for your time, Saba Karim. That's all we have in this post-match review of Mumbai vs Rajasthan on cricket.com. Subscribe to the channel and of course download the app, because that's where you guys can enjoy the Fantasy Research Center and the Criclytics tool too, which is the world's most powerful cricket algorithm.